have aspirants that speak good English. It is no longer news that former Federal Secretary or Federation Secretary to the government, Babachir Lawal, has endorsed Peter Obi, Labour's party presidential candidate, despite being a member of the All Progressive Congress. Babachir Lawal was one of the northern Christian members of the All Progressives Congress who rejected Asiwaju Tinubu and Kashim Shettima's Muslim tickets. Lawal and other members of the party announced their decision to withdraw their support for Tinubu. It should also be noted that while Babachir decided to support Peter Obi, others including as Yakubu Dogara backed the People's Democratic Party's presidential nominee. Meanwhile, Babachir announced on Monday that if Peter Obi does not win the election, he will go to Cameroon. We may have good candidates who speak excellent English, but it will be a waste of time if we do not win this election. I warned numerous people yesterday that if we lose this election, we will all move to Cameroon to avoid humiliation and embarrassment. So the question isn't whether we have a chance to win or not. Peter Obi must win this election. On Monday, he stated this at the Northeast stakeholders meeting with Peter Obi. In fact, you better be ready to start packing your loads along with your grandfather Body George, because whether you like it or not, Tinubu is going to win the next election. Big lies, daydreamer, Tinubu will and shall not win. Babachir Lawal, goodbye to Cameroon. They need you badly. He may return to his former post. Bros, abeg, suffer no dey tire you. Speaking good English is never our problem in Nigeria, but good governance. Parts of the problems are how can such win the hearts of foreign investors when the English mode of expression is irritating and appalling. That was why I voted for Buhari in 2015. See where we are now. See where we are now. It's not about speaking good English, but Obi Peter will be good in handling Nigeria situation. Shoti year. I beg start to waka o. You go see Shege 2023 obediently obedient. You see, I will continue to say it. I'm not sure say some people they suffer. No, I don't believe. And that's why politicians are playing with them. Because being poor does not mean you should not have sense. Being poor does not mean that you should not be reasonable. What of all those politicians who are stealing? At least let's take, for example, the Accountant General of the Federation, Idris. And now they are trying to tell us that there's going to be a plea bargaining. What does that tell you? Meaning that yes, money is missing, but he has to return some. No be stealing with that. How is he different from Yahoo boys? You want to tell me that he's hungry? No, he's not hungry. But because of that mentality, so for the fact that you are poor does not mean that you should not reason. But the reason why they are doing that is because they are selfish on their own. Because you can't continue to be suffering when you are really suffering. You should be able to decide very well. Like they always say that somebody who is crying can see as well. You know, in case maybe you are crying, maybe something happens and you are crying so bitterly, something happened that is so dear to your heart and it's so painful. Believe you me, even if you're at the middle of the when you are crying, once a trailer is coming, you go see now. What did they talk? So for the fact that you are poor doesn't mean that you should lose your senses, because we still have people who are in the place of authority and they are still stealing. Are you going to say because of poverty? So it is never a yardstick because you want to yield to that. That is why you allow these politicians to continue to manipulate you. Thank God you quickly identify the country you will run to. Start moving your things bit by bit now, because it will come to you as a dream. Never its candidates must win. The unfortunate thing about turn of events regards this man is that people are celebrating him because he now belongs where hypocrites like him wished. Speaking English language is never a tool of being intelligent, decent, free from corruption, nepotism. Stop subjecting yourself to emotional blackmailing. Dogara has left you alone at wilderness. You better go now. You are the first person Buhari sacked from office. Mr. Grasscutter, are they paying you your money? You are going to Labour Party, use billions to cut another grass there. It is well. Oh. Some of you should grow up and be current. You should be able to know that he was discharged and acquitted by a court of competent jurisdiction on the grass cutting charges. You should be careful in what you put down to avoid litigation. Of course, yes, because Nigeria is what it is. Because this matter was not well treated. If really that he was discharged and acquitted, then I think you should go back. That's another big point. Because they didn't handle this whole thing from the beginning. Because I was even saying that this man has been working freely for the fact that he's saying what a majority of people really want to hear. Because Buhari is incompetent. Because if Buhari is not incompetent, they didn't handle this matter very well because it was so shady from the beginning. Of course, Nigeria now, anything can happen. It was the vice president that even chaired that committee before they removed this man. So on what basis did they remove him? They removed him so that they would do investigation. Now that the investigation has been done and he has been what? Discharged and acquitted. So what happens? You don't even need to wait until post-election. People like you are virus to our nation. Please go away, not even Cameroon, but outside African. He's staying because his candidates will win. Better start packing your and baggage to leave Nigeria for us because we don't need double faces like you. It's not double faces. He's coming out to tell you this is what he wants to do. And we have a lot of people who are saying they are with some people or somebody, but behind they are doing something else. That was what happened to Goodluck Jonathan in 2015. And that's why Diamond quickly borrow himself a sense, saying all this one that were chanting me, gave them all manner of support so that they will campaign for me. They didn't do that. And that was like, good luck, didn't even contact them. He just say, consider defeat based on many of the things that he saw. So some people are like, oh, we are with you, but invariably they are not with you. So you want to tell me that Faneka Edewu is speaking on behalf of Tinubu? You think he loves Tinubu? Really? You think he loves him? They will do all manner of things to make you feel that you are important or they are with you. But if you have a discerning mind, you know that they are just there for their own selfish gain. If you don't win, if anything, if you have a gas, they move to another party. So saying that you are supporting somebody does not really mean that whether the person is truthful or not. By their fruits you shall know them.